That dream property you're looking at? It could be a complete financial time bomb. Seriously, a career-ending nightmare designed to do one thing: drain your bank account and your sanity. So today, I'm going to show you how to spot the 5 hidden traps that absolutely kill most investing careers before they even begin. Let's go.
And look, don't just take my word for it. I'm talking about a veteran investor, someone with over 25 years in the trenches, and he says he's seen this exact same pattern again and again. It's what kills new investors' careers before they even get off the ground.
So you got to ask yourself, what if that dream property is actually a nightmare in disguise? Because you need to understand, a property isn't just a building, it's a machine. And if you buy the wrong one,
well, that machine is designed to systematically drain every last second of your time.
And even worse than that, it's going to drain your money, and fast.
So we're going to break it all down. These are the 5 hidden traps that you, as a new investor, absolutely have to avoid. Let's dive right in. All right, trap number 1. This is probably the most common one I see, the one that gets everybody. It's that cheap fixer-upper. You know the one. It seems way too good to be true. And that's because, well, it is.
You've seen these listings, right? They're all over the place online. The price is shockingly low, the description screams great upside, and your first thought is, wow, I can actually afford to get in the game with this one. But hold on, you have to ask the most important question of all. What is the listing not telling you? What is the seller hoping you just gloss over? Because believe me, the real story isn't in that slick listing. It's buried in the market data.
Okay, let's look at the facts. Fact number 1, the population is actually declining. People are literally leaving town. Fewer people means, you guessed it, fewer tenants for you.
Fact number 2, jobs are leaving. The big companies are shutting down or moving out. And let me be crystal clear, no jobs means no tenants who can actually pay the rent. It really is that simple.
Fact 3, crime is on the rise. And when that happens, it becomes incredibly difficult to find good, reliable tenants who want to live there. And who could blame them? And here's the final nail in the coffin. Fact 4, rents are already falling across the entire area. So that grand plan you had to fix it up and raise the rent? Yeah, that's dead on arrival.
So what happens? Your expectation of a quick fix and flip, making a nice profit, just evaporates. The reality is this: your repairs cost way more than you budgeted, the rent you can actually get doesn't even come close to covering the mortgage, and the worst part? When you finally give up and try to sell, you find out nobody else wants to buy your problem either. Okay, so let's say you avoid that first trap. The market is actually good. But what if the real trap isn't the location, but it's hiding inside the walls of the building itself, just silently draining your bank account month after month? Well, that brings us to trap number 2.
This beast is called the master metered money pit. You see this a lot in older buildings. Basically, it means there's just one gas meter and one electric meter for the whole place. And you know who pays for all of it? You do. The landlord. The investor we're learning from, he fell into this exact trap with a 50-plus unit student housing project. Let me tell you, it was a brutal, brutal lesson.
So let's look at how this just completely wrecks your numbers. Think about it. When your tenants don't have to pay the utility bill, why would they ever conserve energy? They're going to crank the heat in January and leave the windows wide open. Your utility costs go through the roof, absolutely destroying your cash flow. And guess what that does to the value of your property? It tanks.
Okay, moving on to trap number 3. This one is especially sneaky because it can take what you thought was a cash-flowing unit and turn it into a zero-income liability, like overnight.
Pay close attention here. If you are reading a listing and you see any of these terms, bonus unit, non-conforming, in-law suite, especially for a basement or an attic apartment, I need your alarm bells to be going off like crazy. These are massive, waving, giant red flags.
Here's the bottom line, and it is non-negotiable. You have to verify that the unit has an official certificate of occupancy, a C of O, from the city. It means it's legal, it's safe, and it was built with the right permits. Because if it doesn't have one, oh man, the city can literally force you to shut it down and tear the entire thing out, all on your dime.
So how much money can you legally collect from a unit that isn't permitted? The answer is simple. A big, fat zero. Nothing. Zilch. So let's imagine you've dodged all those bullets. The market's good, the property's legal, but what if the deal itself turns you into a glorified unpaid handyman working 80 hours a week? This is a trap that so many people fall into. We call this the be the hero job, but really, it's a silent killer. It's any deal where the numbers only work
if you do all the work. You're the property manager, you're the plumber, you're the leasing agent. Here's a hard and fast rule for you. A true investment property must have enough cash flow to afford a professional third-party property manager. If it doesn't, you didn't buy an asset, you just bought yourself a really stressful, low-paying job.
And that leads us perfectly into our fifth and final trap. And honestly, this might be the most costly one of them all. It's the trap of thinking you can do this all by yourself. I want you to burn this quote into your brain. It can get very expensive being cheap. Trying to save a few bucks by not hiring a great inspector or a great lawyer or getting an experienced mentor, that will be the single most expensive mistake you ever make, period.
Let's be really specific about what a beginner misses. A pro, an expert, they can look at the seller's financials and immediately spot the lies. They'll find the little discrepancies in the rent roll that are going to cost you a fortune. They know how to write clauses into your contract that can save your entire earnest money deposit. They know about creative financing options you haven't even heard of. See, going it alone doesn't make you savvy. It just makes you a target.
So now that you know what these traps look like, are you really prepared to spot them in the wild? Because remember, this isn't just about avoiding the bad deals. It's about building the skill to finally recognize and pounce on the truly great ones.
This is the Brick by Brick channel. We're all about helping beginners build real wealth through real estate, one brick at a time.
So hey, if you got any value out of this breakdown, do me a favor and hit that like button and subscribe because we're dropping investor breakdowns like this every single week.